Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this live session. I'm your host, Tanjie Brewer, and I am here with Paula, Paula Bell. Want to start off the conversation today by just saying one of my favorite words, everyone. That word is vitality, vivaciousness. We all have the key to growing that and making that word such a greater impact in our life, right? So I want to announce our special guest. Her name is Paula Bell. So let me tell you all, a little while back ago it was 2010, I created the Lifestyle Vitality Challenge. So it's a 4-month transformational journey that focuses on the body, the mind, right? And it's a transformative process. And Paula Bell, was the winner. She was the winner. And I'm going to throw it to you, Paula, because I want you to just tell everyone about that journey for you. And then we're going to get to where you are now. So again, you all, Paula, she took the 4-month transformation journey called the Lifestyle Vitality Challenge, and she was the winner some years ago. So Paula Bell, welcome here. And would love for you to go ahead and share. You look vivacious, by the way. Loving that smile, girl.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Tanjie. Thank you for having me as a special guest. So, yes, it was, I believe, in 2014. So let's go back a little bit, though, because Tanjie and I went to college together. That's how I met Tanjie, for those who don't know us. So we have a long-lasting relationship. And Tanjie had been reaching out to me, telling me about the Circle of Vitality at that time. That's what it was called, the Cove. And I kept resisting. So Tanjie kept reaching out in a loving way, but my mind wasn't right. I wasn't there. I wasn't ready to commit to doing a health and wellness challenge. I didn't want the accountability. And frankly, I didn't want the accountability is because I don't like people telling me what I need to do. So I didn't want anybody telling me what I needed to do. I just wanted to live my life, right? And I was going through some life changes at that point in time. And so I was in a hotel. I'll never forget. I was in a hotel on business travel in California, and you reached out to me and you were just checking up on me, seeing how I was doing. And you mentioned this challenge was about to begin. And so we talked about it a little bit. I didn't make a decision at that exact moment, but I slept on it, and the next morning I woke up and I said, all right, I'm in. I'll do it, right? So I had to get my mind right and get ready for that. So I'm going to be honest with you, Tanjie. Before we started the challenge, I ate everything I've ever wanted to eat because I knew that once I started, I had to be 100% in. So the journey, this isn't your normal health and wellness challenge. Let me just tell you that. It's not just about losing weight. That was not what it was for me, even though I did have some weight to lose. But we also did how to fashion yourself, from clothing and apparel to makeup. You got me wearing makeup again, and I stopped wearing makeup, to wear makeup, and how to accessorize, in addition to nutrition, how to eat right, how to get certain things out of your pantry, a pantry clean. And of course, we had the working out piece of it too. So it was a full package. To me, it was mind, body, and soul, which is a lot of what I do today too. But it was mind, body, and soul. So I'm not going to tell you it was easy. The first 2 weeks were horrible for me because I was so out of shape. I was struggling. I told Tanjie, I'm hungry all the time. I want to eat, right? But you have to get rid of all those toxins, and you have to recondition your mind and your body. So the first 2 weeks was hard for me, but I'll tell you, by 4 weeks, I did a before and after picture. So you had to do a before picture. And I did a before and after picture, and I saw considerable results, right? So that motivated me even more. And I believe, Tanjie, my group started with like 45 of us. 45 of us women, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
when you had announced that I made it to the top 10, I was in shock because I was like, there's no way I could have made it to the top 10, right? I mean, I just didn't think I even had a chance of winning. And I really didn't do it for that. I did it to just be better. And I realized that I needed to get better when I couldn't even go under the sink and get some dishwashing detergent without holding on to the sink and pulling myself up.
Mm.
And that's not the type of person I was. You remember me from college. I was like thin, 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 right? Really, really thin. And I was almost 200 pounds
Yeah.
by the time you had connected with me. And so it was very much life changing. And I will have to say, and I'm not just saying this because Tanjie and I are friends and I want it. I'm being for real, and authentic with this. That challenge was a pivotal change for me from a health and wellness perspective. I'm still not perfect. I still have my challenges and I still work through those. But that particular challenge helped me change my mindset, the way I approached how I eat, how I dress, all of that. It changed it. And I've pretty much been on the same journey since. So I've been pretty consistent and doing pretty well. So yes, that's the journey. And when you told me I won, I was even more shocked because I couldn't believe I won out of that many people to begin with. But it was a great journey. And you have to have your mind right and you have to work. It's work. So
Yeah.
it's not just coming in here and just, oh, this is gonna be easy. No, it's work. And you also deal with maybe some of the demons and some of the bondages that have been holding you back to be fully in vitality, right? So
Yes.
you might
Yes.
go through some of that and deal with some of those traumas and things too. So it's like the whole package. It's just a great experience for 4 months.
First, thank you for sharing that, Paula. And I have to say, you showed up. Always will often say that there's three things that you need: participation, expectation, and implementation. You came, you showed up, you participated, Paula, no matter what, it's hard. And sometimes you find there's that topsy turvy. You may like, or that ebb and flow, right? You may feel like you're going like strong, and then you had that time where it's like, okay, Tange, like I have a little weak part. Got a little busy. You got to get back in the game, right? And I always say that wellness isn't a destination anyway. It's a journey, right? And it's a journey. And so, Paula, you showed up. You did the work, and like you said, it wasn't easy, but the support together and seeing you tap into this strength that was there, and you all, Paula, again, that was years ago that she took the challenge. And the reason why it's so incredible that she's here today is that this is called the Lifestyle of Vitality Challenge. It is where it's a lifestyle. And Paula, she has kept it. You guys see, she's no longer 200 pounds, over 200 pounds. She has kept that off. Woo, Titty, let me see you flex, girl. Let me see you flex. But hey, this is where it gets really juicy and really good. Like you just want to say, girl, let me just give you throw you your flowers, honey, because Paula, you all, she is now a coach herself, a fitness coach. She has now, it's called Hip Hop Fitness. She has her own YouTube channel. Paula is now empowering others in the area of fitness. And that is what always blesses me, is that the people that have gone through the Lifestyle Vitality Challenge, when I see them now becoming a trainer or teaching a class now. So Paula, let me ask you, were you teaching this class before you did the Lifestyle Vitality Challenge?
Girl, no. I didn't even think I was going to be a group fitness instructor. I was like, I'm not doing that. That was not my thing. I was a consult. So I have my own consulting company and I did coaching, professional coaching, and I still do in consulting. But no, if somebody would have told me I was going to be teaching extreme hip hop step and extreme burn and a second degree martial artist, I'd have been like, girl, bye. That was not in my list. And my whole company is now morphed into mind, body, and soul. So Ninja P Fitness is just a portion of my company, right? I also have the mind piece where I'm a master life coach. So a lot of people are hurting. And the reason why they struggle with their health and wellness and in life in general, they're emotional eaters and whatnot, is because they have a lot of deep rooted traumas and things that they've gone through that they haven't dealt with. So I want to get it at the root, right? Let's get your mind right. And then let's build on top of that foundation. And so, no, if somebody would have told me I would have been doing this, I would have looked at them cross-eyed. I would never have thought that I would be a group fitness instructor at this point
Yes.
doing any of this.
It's awesome, you all. So again, if you're joining, Paula went through the Lifestyle Vitality Challenge and she was the winner years ago, and she's still rocking her purpose of vitality here today. And she is now a fitness instructor, hip hop fitness instructor. And she was able to intertwine that because fitness, you all, is it synergistically works with our life. It is like it's a part of us. And when you understand that wellness just goes with you, it flows with you, it flows with your day, right? So, Paula, let me ask you, what did you learn about yourself? Now, what was uncovered? What was brushed off from you tapping further into your strength and wellness? Tell us about that.
So yeah, I learned a lot about myself actually. So when I was growing up as a child, I was always an athletic person. I loved dancing. I would dance like 2 hours a day. I loved to do hip hop dance, African dance. I was very much in the arts. I played the clarinet. I played the piano. There were just things that I just loved to do that gave me life. And I lost that along the way. I lost that with a lot of the experiences and journeys that I had with life. Like when you and I reconnected, Tangie, I had just went through a divorce. I had twins that were very young. So I was a single mom dealing with that, dealing with divorce. It was just a lot going on, moving to a new place where I had no family, and it was a lot going on. So I personally think I just lost some of myself going
Yeah.
through all those experiences. And I found a lot of my comfort, honestly, in food. I would just, just eat away, whatever I felt like eating, I would just eat. I still have those moments though. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I still
Yeah.
have those moments. Okay. So it's not like I'm totally over it. I still work through it. But I also began to realize that I had to be gentle with myself, be kind
Yeah.
to myself, and love myself again. Because if I couldn't love myself, who else is going to love me, right? I got to love myself first. And I wanted to be that example for my kids. I wanted to be that role model for them. So when I went through the challenge, that and watching my kids rooting me on, they were more happy I won than I was. They were like, you won. I mean, they were excited that I won the challenge, but they were also a part of it because they jumped in there. They started eating different. They worked out with me, and my kids still do step with me on some Saturdays and burn with me as well. So they still like to be around me, which is great. But to build that relationship around that and things that they know. And I also think I rediscovered who I was because I really do think I lost some of my identity. I lost some of the things that I love to do because I let life overshadow that. So going through it, again, like I told you, I didn't even wear makeup. I still don't wear makeup a lot. I'm not a huge makeup wearer, but it felt good to be able to know how to do it when I wanted to wear it because I didn't know how to do that, right?
Yes.
It felt great to take all of my business suits and take them to the tailor and tell them I need these to go down a size or two because they're falling off of me now, right? It felt good to know that there was one suit that I bought that I could never fit in. And I loved the suit. It's a bad suit. I loved it, could never fit in. After the challenge, I was able to get into the suit and actually had to get the suit taken in because now it was falling off of me. And so it
Yes.
was sort of like I regained my confidence again. I regained, now you can't tell me nothing. I mean,
No,
even
I will.
even if I have a bad day, I'm still just gonna dig deep within, be kind to myself, and know that I'm human. I'm not perfect. I'm human. Progress over perfection. I'm gonna
Yes.
keep moving. I'm gonna keep doing it. And now I'm able to help other people. And I will tell you, Tangie, the one thing that got me this weekend. So my extreme burn and extreme step classes, I was so nervous to teach extreme burn because this was my first time doing it. And I taught it and it went well. And we burned about between extreme burn and extreme step, we burned about over 1,000 calories doing that 2 hours of working out. But the thing that got me was when one of my clients sent me a message on Facebook and said, because I had put up my calorie burn and I said I have to practice what I preach. I'm working just as hard as you all are. Even though you don't see me doing it in class because I got to call out, you best believe during the week I'm working out as well and I'm going through the pain just with you all. And she said, I can't wait to get to your level one day. And I remember saying, I can't wait to get to Tangie's level one day because Tangie's so energetic, right? So to hear somebody say that to me, that they can't wait to get to my level, I was like, what's so great about what I'm doing was it just
Mm.
spoke volumes of where I've come along this whole journey. So yeah, I found myself again. And you
That's,
can't get any better than that.
oh my goodness. I'm just like, just so excited to hear you, Paula, and hear you say, when you went through that journey with the divorce and all of that, a lot of times, especially a divorce, some people get paralyzed in that. And I've seen a lot of women that get stuck and the pounds and all those things come on, right? But when you shed that and you tapped into your purpose further. And so this is about rocking your purpose, I say, with vitality. It's not so that you can get an itty bitty teeny weeny polka dot bikini. I always say that. It's so that you can really uncover purpose on a greater level. And here's the thing about wellness, you all, is that when you take a journey like this and tap further into your fitness and your wellness, what is amazing is that you find that you tap into a greater level of what you're to do, what you're supposed to do. So you said, Paula, when you were younger, you loved and you enjoyed, the dance. You also did some hip hop stuff, but that's been a part of you. And sometimes we don't tap further into our possibilities because other things are clouding. So you were able to brush that away and become more focused on and disciplined in other areas that flowed through the rest of your life. And now you are doing something that you are passionate about. So focusing on your wellness journey, it does reconnect you to your passion and to things that you don't realize that's there that God has called you to do, right? And so just a kudos to you, Paula, because what you found is that you've been able to intertwine wellness now in what you do, and you're helping to take your coaching business to another level. And so you mentioned, people saying, oh, I want to be like you, want to get that energy, right? It's interesting because we all have the ability to grow our vitality and grow our energy. And now there's one girl that did the challenge, Paula. She won her bodybuilding competition. She came number 4 in the Arnold. She can pick me up with one hand. And she did the Lifestyle Vitality Challenge, but she has far exceeded me. So I'm like rooting. I'm saying, hey, you have the ability, like your energy is there and skyrocketing, right? And so it is so beautiful when those things happen and you understand that where you were has no comparison to where you are, and the past doesn't define anything anymore. You've smashed the past, right? You smashed the past, and now you have this beauty that is so flowing from you, Paula. And you mentioned the whole accentuating your features because you are gorgeous, I'm sure, like without makeup. I love to go without makeup a lot of times to myself. But in the challenge, we talked about how when you do accentuate your lips, that's just that you bring so that you can bring attention to the words, the powerful words that you need to say. When you highlight your cheeks, that means that when you smile, the cheeks rise and you can see the cheeks rise, and so does the world around you. So we do those things so that we can be better, and it's not a superficial thing. So if we look at it as a superficial thing, especially like even the wardrobe, the reason why we focus on the wardrobe in this challenge and the signature style is that our outer expression of our style, it shows who we are in the inner. It's an outer expression of what we feel that's going on in the inner. And not just that, it attracts people to us so that we can also be a light, and it just helps us further exude confidence. So what do you think about style, Paula? We've gone through that, right? And you spoke about how you tap further into your signature style and your fashion. How has that correlated to how you feel today and overall wellness in your life?
Oh, so this is going to be a very interesting story. So my power color is still red. So that is still my color, right? So it's funny because when I would have those hard meetings that I had to go into in corporate, I would wear red. It just came to my mind because that's my power color, and that would give me the confidence, right? So I would make sure that those sort of things were in my mind. But what's even more crazy though, Tanjie, is I have a daughter whose confidence is far way exceeding what my confidence was ever at her age. And this girl got me in crop tops. This girl got me actually showing my stuff. I actually got one on right now. I got a crop top.
Paula, you better go ahead with the crop top. I love it.
Girl, I didn't wear those sort of things. I didn't wear crop tops. I didn't wear the short shorts, any of that. But I feel really comfortable in it now. I feel comfortable in my body. I feel comfortable with who I am. I worked hard on my body, and I still got work to do. But I definitely feel confident in who I am. And when you feel that confidence and when you dress and it even gives you more of that confidence and you just go out there and you just know that you can conquer anything that comes your way, conquer the world, that feeling is amazing. And again, to your point, it's not superficial. It's not dressing up for the attention. It's not doing any of that. It's just accentuating what you already have and bringing out the beauty for others to see. One thing that I had the opportunity to do, which I, again, would not have ever thought this was going to be on my list, a couple years ago, I got to be a keynote speaker in South Africa at a big business analyst conference. And I've always wanted to go to Africa. That's just been one of my dreams because I have roots there. And I always wanted to go. And so I was able to go. And I talked about leadership, and that was one of the things. And I actually got a standing ovation. But it was after the speaking that got me. When people came up to me and said, I want to exude the same confidence you have. Your gait is phenomenal. How you carry yourself is phenomenal. You actually just inspired me to do things that I've been sitting on just by telling your story, right? It's a full package. It's not just the words that you speak, but it's how you appear, how you carry yourself. And people can see that and they can feel that. And the better you feel about yourself, the more that's going to come out to others, right? Like if you're sick, because you have a cold or a flu or something like that, people can tell that you're not your normal self. You look drained, you're tired, right? You have that right to be tired. You're not well. That comes off. But just imagine when you feel confident, feel great about yourself, and feel like you can conquer the world, that also comes off. And you're also giving that to other people. So apparel is a part of it, right? I remember about a couple months ago, a friend of mine who I haven't seen in 2 years, he hasn't really seen me since I've been doing all this fitness stuff, right? Because in 2020, it was all about Paula. I was so selfish. When the pandemic hit, I didn't have time to complain about the pandemic. I took all precautions, but I was like, let me educate myself. Let me do more so I can service my clients better, right? So I threw myself into education, just getting more education. And he saw me and he was like, dang, you look good. And I had a crop top on and shorts on and whatnot, right? I don't think he's ever seen me dressed like that either. And I was like, wow, this is really a great change to where people are like, they watch me, they watch my YouTube channel, and they see some of the things that I do. Some of it is intimidating to them, but some of it's not. And they're just like, I want to be able to do that. And I just really, again, I looked at you, Tanjie, as that's Tanjie's thing. That's Tanjie's thing, right? Tanjie's the fitness person. That is not me, nowhere, anywhere, in anything that I was thinking that I would ever do. And now here I am. And a lot of it has to do because of how I feel about myself. And so I want other people to feel that too. And I just have a client who started with me. She's been rocking with me from the very beginning. She's my sister, one of my biggest supporters. She told me this weekend she lost 10 pounds. She says it has to do with being at your class consistently and eating better. And I was encouraging her. I was like, I don't care if you don't get on that step. Just keep moving. Go at your own pace. Do your own thing. You can't do a burpee right now, then don't do a burpee. Do a squat. It is okay. It's not about how many squats you can do, how much weight you can throw up. And a lot of people get caught up in that because that's what they see. They see like bodybuilders and what doing that. It's your own race at your own pace. Take your own pace. Yes. Don't compare yourself to other people. Just go at your own pace and be consistent with it, because consistency is key. Just be consistent and you'll start to see the results. But don't expect the results to just show up 2 days after you started for 20 years of bad eating and bad habits. That's not how that works. It takes time.
Right. You know what, Paula? So that's why I said like 4 months. That's why I do this 4-month journey, because it does take a while to really focus on that, even though it takes beyond 4 months, right? But like you said, years of maybe not being as focused as you want to be, sometimes it takes time to just focus and have a reset, right? And the Olympics are still there. We just went through the Olympics and all of that. And these people go through like 4 years to get another gold medal or bronze, and sometimes 4 months can seem daunting, but 4 months compared to a lifetime of, making sure that you've made consistent changes. And even like you're finding, Paula, you go through a journey, but it's still, you have to continue, right? But you got stirred in your spirit. And that is what it's about. It's about coming together and saying, okay, let's go higher. Let's grow higher together, right? Because even with myself, I recently, Paula, I went to the beach with my son, right? And he was like, Mom, that you used to be more muscular right there. You know what I mean? Like, oh, yes, he did, honey. He was like, come on, Mom, let me see those muscles where because he's used to, if he's seeing me like really cut one, like cut up. So here's the thing. I'm like, we all go through shifts and changes, and we just sort of refocus and get back there. No one is perfect. And I don't claim to have a perfect, like, everything is not perfect. I have to reset. I have to say, you know what, bud? Because he's like, Mom, lifting weights is important. You say how important that is. You have to lift heavier weights, right, Mom? I know you're doing your, he'll say that, you're doing your squats and all that, but how's your weights and all that stuff going? So he's looking at me and saying, you got to make sure and I'm like, yes, son, you're absolutely correct, right? Mom believes in lifting those heavy weights, but that's not what I have at my fingertips if we're out here or whatever, so it's just funny, but all that to say is that we all have to work harder on being better. It's just what it is. And we have to commit, we have to be intentional so that we can be dimensional. That is what I say. So what do you say to, doing something for 4 months, Paula?
Oh, at first it seems like it's a long time. So when you said 4 months, I'm like, wait a minute, I got to go 4 months. I can't have no fried chicken. I can't have, you start thinking in your mind all these things that you're losing, right? But what I will tell you is this. If you stay consistent and committed for the first 30 days, it's not going to be as hard for the remaining 90. It's just not. Because you're going to start seeing your body change, your energy level change, your skin change. You're going to start seeing all these changes, and you're going to start looking at yourself a little bit different in the mirror. You're going to be like, I like what I'm seeing. Okay, this is working. And you're going to want to keep it up because you're liking the progress that you're seeing and where you're going. So 4 months is really nothing. Again, though, you can't stop after the 4 months. It's a lifestyle. Yes. So essentially what you're learning in this 4 months are all of the tools and the resources and the techniques that you use for a lifetime. It doesn't stop after the 4 months. And that's the thing, that even after, when the challenge was over, I'm not going to front. I was glad the challenge was over because I'm just not a competitive person. Competition stresses me out, girl. It stresses me out. And that was where my mind was in. But once that was over, I still kept up with a lot of what I was taught in your circle of vitality. I mean, to this day, I even still, when I talk to other people, the actual routine we do in my extreme step class to warm up head to toe, H to T,
yes, H to T,
it's yours. I still remember it from doing it all of that time, and I'm like, this is going to be a full body warm up stretch, right? That we can do every single time. And my daughter's even got it down because one day I forgot to do a part of it, and she's like, you forgot that part. We were supposed to do that part. And so it's just like a routine, but it really is. 4 months is nothing, y'all. It really isn't. 4 months versus a lifetime. Or think of it like this. Would you rather go through 4 months of being a little bit uncomfortable and having some discomfort because you're changing up how you are? Or would you rather spend 10 to 15 years in and out of the hospital?
My God, yeah. Yeah,
that's what it boils down to me.
Well, Paula, that's so true. I call it energy currency. A lot of people are talking about Bitcoin right now, and all of this cryptocurrency. But if we can also relate that to our health, and our health and energy is currency. So if we spend these moments now to take care of ourselves, then that's going to help. And for me, I understand that everybody needs a coach. Everyone gets so busy and life is happening. We're wanting to stay in. Many people are saying, oh my goodness, this is changing now in the world, and people are not getting out as much. And this brings wellness to the fingertips of everyone because you have to focus on it, and you need to challenge yourself for more. If you've been doing the same thing every single time as it pertains to your wellness and maybe not getting results and still not feeling like the energy that that you can possess and tap into, then you need to do something different, And so an opportunity or a program, or even for myself, it helps me because I know I'm like, okay, I can't wait till it starts because I know I'm about to go another level in my fitness journey because it's like a community of support. And not only that, I mean, I have to do the workouts because I'm going to be doing the workouts, 3 times a week or whenever for everybody. So I've got to do the work, right? So that's going to help me focus more on my fitness. So it is something that we just all have to work hard together. And so you all, fitness is really a blessing, and wellness is an opportunity that we get to see change in our life. We can't change what's going on in the world, but one of the things we have is a power to change the very health direction of our life. I always say that. And it takes sometimes being a little more intentional than you have been. And sometimes you need a coach, you need something to push you. And if you're not investing in you, but you're investing in so many other things, I often will say, look around your home and see what is the investment in yourself. If you have this big 50-inch screen TV and no treadmill and no weights and no mats, but you've got this big TV, you've got this great sofa, you've got all these things, but what are the things around you that are pouring into your life so that you can, enjoy these things even longer and, in a different way? Because your home is your sanctuary, but your body is your sanctuary. That's your vessel. That's the one vehicle that you are given, right? And so we house our purpose. And when people tell me, I can't wait for my dream house, I'm waiting for my dream house, I'm like, you already got your dream house. Your dream house is your body, yourself, because you house your dream, the most important, the most incredible gift. So we've got something so precious. We have what we've been waiting so long for. So within us is every good thing that is just waiting for us to open up. It's something so much more than just getting a house or getting this or that. So anyway, Paula, I'm so excited about your journey and where you are, Paula, that you have continued to use this as a lifestyle. Yes, you were the winner of the Lifestyle Vitality Challenge. The virtual challenge was all virtual, so it wasn't in the gym, but we were able to connect virtually. You were able to follow the program and you won. But you won beyond that, Paula. You won beyond just getting, whatever the prize was or whatever that. You are now continuing in your lifestyle. And I said, when I saw Paula become that hip hop fitness instructor, and I want to say, because you know how you're saying, Tanjie, that's what you do. I'm like, I can't do all those steps that you do. How do you do those routines, the steps and all this stuff? It's like amazing to me. So we all have our skills and our gifts and our talents. And we can't compare ourselves because you are so much better at that stepping thing, hip hop stepping thing than I'm like, I look at that. I'm like, I can't wait to take your class online, but it is really cool to see you inspiring others and empowering others because you yourself have went through a fitness journey that has transformed your life and you're so excited about it. So now you want to give the gift of fitness to someone else. Amazing.
Yeah, I actually couldn't have said that any better. It's to your point when you said, you can't wait for the challenge to begin because it's going to hold you accountable too. When you actually are a group fitness instructor, that accountability does go up because now I got people who are depending on me, who are following me. So I can't half step now. And to me, this has elevated me to my next level to where I go harder. Now, I'm now pressing with barbells and plates, and I haven't done that in a while. I usually do free weights. I look a hot mess, Tangie. I'm trying to get my form right, one side of my body weaker than the other. I'm trying to get it together, but that's my journey now. I am going to that's a different level that I'm trying to get to and I'm working on. And so just like you said, all of us have our own things. And I would love to bring step or burn to the challenge. Burn probably would be better because you don't need a step and it won't be as complicated. But I would love
Right.
to bring that because I also think when we work together, it's so much more powerful. You saved me actually last year in COVID when you started doing your free workouts. So I had you, and then I had Phil, and then as I was watching Phil Whedon, who's over Extreme Step and Extreme Burn, when I was watching him, and I was like, oh, I can actually do this, and I became an instructor at the end of the year. But I was loving it was actually making me miss the Cove. I was like, I miss this because it was fun to get online with you and work out with you and sweat with you and then do stretching and getting back to how important self-care is because
Yes.
that's just as important as well. And so it was great to have that. And when we can collaborate as trainers together and bring our gifts together and help people. And everybody has their own thing that they like. Some people will resonate with, oh, I want to do Tanjie's weightlifting or Zumba or something like that, right? Everybody has their thing, but it's just making people aware of what's out there. And exercising doesn't have to be boring. It's
No.
fun. I love getting up on that step and creating routines and doing things like that. That's the fun part to me. But I also know there's part of exercising I don't like. I can't stand doing burpees, but I have to do burpees because burpees are important. I can't stand tricep dips, but I have to do them and stop making excuses on why I shouldn't, right? So there's certain things that you're going to have to do, but it's all for you. It's all to make your body, it's for you to live a more fulfilling life and to live
Yes.
out your purpose, right? I mean, I
Amen.
really didn't get that at first. When you used to say it, I'd be like, okay, Tangie, yeah, whatever. Fulfilling the purpose, yeah, whatever. I just need to lose this weight, get out of this challenge. I mean, that's really what I was thinking. But when I really think about it now and I look back then to where I am now, it was all a progression. It was all a journey. It all fit together, even though I didn't understand it. And even though I didn't understand why you were so relentless to get me to do this challenge, but I'm so grateful you are because you birthed a lot of things out of me through, and I have to say it was just God directing you to not leave Paula alone, to keep bothering Paula because Paula needs you to keep bothering her, and for you to do that, and that helped me get to this next level. So I do attribute the third part of my business, the body part, Ninja P Fitness, to you because you started me on the journey. So, and I tell people that all the time.
Well, Paula, thank you so much for sharing. And it's interesting because we're used, I often will say that your purpose confirmed in my life, and I hope that I can be purpose confirmed in your life. So as we both are operating, I have something to serve. It's an opportunity, but you said yes. And I do believe that when we have a choir unction in our spirit to change fitness wise, it is because our energy is required for our next level. It's required for where God is taking us. And often God will give an opportunity, and not everybody seizes opportunities that are present or presented in their life. They make an excuse, right? I often will say this: excuse and excuse are spelled the same way. Excuse, an excuse takes your power away, excuse inserts your power in. So when you say, excuse me, I need to take care of myself during this season. And when you insert your power in and you say yes to an opportunity and you take away the excuses, it's amazing what happens. And you're a testament of that, Paula. Look at what has happened. And I am but a vessel, right? That God flowed to, that I said yes to my purpose and what I needed to do. You said yes to yours. So then in turn, we're purpose confirmed in both in each other's life, right? So, man, Paula, kudos to you. My hat goes off to you. And you all wanted to get on and share. Definitely love helping others, especially with this challenge, the Lifestyle Vitality Challenge. It is starting shortly. Definitely would love to have anyone who has said, what, I haven't been really focusing on my wellness and my goals, and I just need that extra push, that accountability. And it's not saying that you have to lose a ton of weight either, right? It's about all growing higher and stronger together. So Paula, with what you do, I know you do, the coaching side of your business. Now you have the Ninja P as well. Is there anything that you want to give as we wrap things up? Any last little inspiring words to people that are out there that may be in a place where they're just feeling, just stuck, and maybe things are happening in their life, this thing with COVID, having people in isolation, and they're, whatever they decided to do, it just changed some things. Just from a perspective, whatever you want to share, Paula, what do you want to say to that person?
You can't control all of the external circumstances and factors that are going to hit you in life, but you can control how you react to them. Today is the day to make the decision. Make the decision that your health and wellness is the most important thing that you need to focus on. In martial arts, we talk about something called structural integrity. And
Hmm.
structural integrity in martial arts is making sure that you're always in the right position to be able to perform a technique to protect yourself. If
Hmm.
you're off just a little bit, if that structural integrity is off just a little bit, there's a great chance that you could be harmed, or you could harm somebody else and harm yourself at the same time, because that structural integrity isn't there. You are your structural integrity. If you are not together, you can't build anything on top of that structure that's going to function as well as it could function, because your foundation isn't solid. So you have to make a decision. Are you worth getting your structural integrity back intact? And that's what keeps me grounded a lot of times. So when I think about martial arts, and when I have to go and train and teach it, instruct on Tuesday nights, is my structural integrity right? Is my mind, body, and soul together? Is my mind, body, and spirit together? Because all of them need to be in balance. So your body got to be right. If there's things that you want to achieve and you're struggling with it, get your mind right first. Get your mind right to say that I'm not going to deal with this no more. I'm making the decision today that I'm going to get this under control, and then let your body and your soul follow suit right along with it. And a great way to start that is through Tanjie's 4-month challenge, because you actually get all of that. You uncover things and you get all of that. And so let's get structural integrity right, y'all. Just do the challenge. I'm going to be in and out of it. So
Yeah.
I've done it already, but I'm going to be in and out of it again. With everything else I got going on, I love Tanjie's workouts and the energy. So I'm going to be in and out of it, but I want to make sure my structural integrity is intact. I don't want to go back to that black hole I was in when I tried to take myself out of this world on my own, or when I was in that black hole of depression. I'm not going back to that. And you don't have to either. So, and there's a great way to do it when your mind and your wellness is right. That helps to keep your structural integrity intact. So let's get that SI intact. That's what I would leave everybody with. Sign up for the challenge, y'all. Sign up for the challenge.
I love it, Paula. Black belt, right? Are you a black belt?
Second degree black belt.
Second degree black belt. Whoa. Girl, I don't want to get in a fight with you. That's all I got to say. I may be able to run fast, though.
Right. You probably will beat me on that piece.
No,
run away.
I can't. But if those doors are locked and closed, and I'm no, but Paula, Ninja P. Paula, thank you for sharing. Keeping your structural integrity intact. I love it, love it, love it. Kudos to your journey of wellness, Paula, where you are, and kudos to where God is going to continue to take you on your journey as you continue to change so many lives. What do you guys say when you're done with you show respect, right?
Domo arigato.
Okay. So you all, this was a great time. Thank you for joining. You can, of course, check out the website, stylishandfit.com. If you desire to be a part of this next challenge. Definitely want to have Paula teaching some classes and all that. So let's just grow stronger together. But Paula, thank you for sharing. Paula is so inspirational. Said we got to do a live. We had such a wonderful conversation too. So thank you for joining, Paula. And thank you all for joining as well. Just continue to look at things in a different way, as far as it's not what you didn't do yesterday, but what you are gifted and blessed to do today. And we have the power to change a very health direction of our life. And we understand now that the key is implementing certain principles to get your immunity and build those things and get that structural integrity intact. So see you guys. Again, Paula, thank you for joining us. Ninja P, you are incredible at what you do. The confidence that's flowing from you, the joy, and it's just the purpose. It's beautiful. So thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. See you guys soon. Bye, everybody.